Hello guys, welcome once again to another chapter of Gaming Gent. We will be doing the long-awaited guide on Transcendent Stones, Amplifying and all that good stuff. It did take me a while because there is no info on the game where you press help, for example. There is no info on it, so it's pretty stupid, but there you go. But I needed to do a lot of trial and error, speak to other players to be able to bring you at least a general overview of what they are, how they work, where to get them, etc. Okay, so let's start with the simple things. I'm sorry. What is a Transcendent Stone? A Transcendent Stone is just a piece of equipment, kind of a seal that you put on your equipment. In order to improve their stats. They are kind of the last layer that you will put on the cake, be it that cake may be a +10 weapon or a really good item that you will know that you will keep for a long time. And I say this because one of the characteristics that they have is that there is no hammer for you to take it out as you would do with a gem, for example. There is no way for you to recover the Transcendent Stones once you put it in one of your items. Okay, so that's the first thing to do. You need to know that they are highly valued and you only get one shot to put them on your weapons. Okay, so how do they look? This is what are the types that you can get? You can get three types. You get the blue one, the red one, and the green one. The blue one is for armor, the red one is for weapon, and the other one is, or the green one is for accessories. What do they give you? The red one will give you attack, percentage of your weapon attack will be added to your character. The blue one is for armor and will give you increased HP percentage, and the green one will give you all damage reduction to your character. Okay, now every single one of them are different. They have three different tires. You have the tire 1, which are ancient, tire 2, which would be mythic, and tire 3, which would be set or epic. Some people call it epic. Okay, how to get them? You need to get them by destroying or dismantling items. Okay, when you dismantle items of ancient rarity and above, you will have, some people say it's less, but I believe it's like between a 3 and a 5% chance that you will get these little guys here that is showing to you. There they are, the fragments. Okay, so once you collect the fragments, you come to the craftsman, and that's why we are at order, and you just make them. Okay, they are right here. Okay, so anytime that you want to look at them, know what the SAT looks like, just come here, hover over them, and you will be able to see them. Okay, of course, these ones are really endgame, and probably you will not see one in a year or so. So we will stick with these ones, and that's what everyone is doing. Especially because we are the global server, and we know that Korea is getting new stuff. So we don't want to waste our time. Okay, so getting back to it. Once you make the stone, which would be this one, it will be useless to you even if you suck at it or if you put it on an item, because Transcendent Stones needs to be amplified, and the way to amplify it is through territories. Okay, you need these little guys here. In this case, this one. Okay. And you use these ones to amplify. Okay, and once you do, they will have a chance of succeed or to fail, which is the one that you can see right there. Okay, so first thing that you need to know, you will see +12 stones on the broker, for example, and that doesn't mean that they are good stones. You should not think of them as you do with weapons. When you see a +12 weapon, you know it's a good thing. You know that every single level will give you a fixed amount. So, of course, it's not the same. But when you see this, you'll see that look at the difference between the ones that are on the broker. Okay, we have 1.54, 1.3, 0 plus 0.61, and that is because every single try that you make will allow you to improve. In the case of this one, will allow you to improve between 0.1 and 0.4, every one of them. And every single stone, no matter the color, no matter the variety, they have 12 slots. Okay, you have 12 chances of throwing a stone at it and succeed or fail. If you fail, nothing happens, but you burn the slot. Okay, if you succeed, you will get a random number between those that you could see on the values per enhancement. Okay, so that's why this one is really crappy, because the guy failed like a shitload of times, which I also did. So I feel you, whoever the owner is. But this one looks good because it failed less. But that is not only that is not the only thing that you should be looking at. You should be looking at the success. When you succeed, you can succeed on a 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, and then just do a 0.4 and erase the other ones, kind of, you know. So you need to do the math, okay? So let's start with what everyone is looking at, which is the red Transcendent Stones, which give you power. Okay, so we're going back to this guy that we will show you, and this guy has the plus 10 plus Dragon Fang, and it has a 12.30. If the max value that you can get is 2, and you have 12 tries, you have a maximum value of 24% weapon attack. So that means that this guy had an average luck on transcending his, amplifying his Transcendent. Okay, so that's how you kind of measure if it's a good one or if it's a bad one. Then we'll see this guy, and this guy has 2 of them, which is another thing that I didn't told you earlier. You can put 1 on each equipment, but the only exception are two-handed weapons, which can wear 2. Okay, so in this case, this guy used 2 of them. 1 with 12.35, which is average, but then he used a pretty bad one, which is not that pretty bad one, but it's still bad, which is around 9%. Okay, so remember, maximum value is 24%. Okay, so there you have it. We'll do some. We'll go to the territory, but I'll show you that. So remember, you cannot unequip them. You cannot. There is no hammer for it. Okay, once you stick it in, it's there forever. Okay, and they give you this. You need to know that a plus 12 doesn't mean that it's like a weapon that is plus 12. It only means that that this stone has been amplified 12 times. Okay, so let's see. I did this on what I thought was a recording for you, but it wasn't. So, but I had these 3 stones that I made, and this one failed horribly. It not only failed, but the successes that I got were not really that good. So right now, if you look at it, you have a 4.8, and I still have 4 tries. Okay, so if I were to be the luckiest and succeed on all those 4 tries and get the maximum, which is 2, I would get 8% attack on top of the 480, which would take me to 12.8. So that's the reason I stopped doing it, because I figured that wouldn't happen, of course, and I would spend too much resources in order for me to get a decent, Transcendence. Okay, so what I did was stop. How can you fix this? There are 2 items that are on the Legend shop that you could check. One is the Oblivion tire, the Seal of Oblivion, which will allow you to completely reset. Okay, I did buy one just to show it to you, so I really hope that you appreciate it. But I will reset that one in this very video. Okay, so I will show you that later. Okay, you have tire 1 and tire 2. There is no tire 3. If you are messing around with purple equipment, you're on your own. Okay, and then you have the white scrolls, which are scrolls that have a chance, and I repeat, it's a chance, and it's a slim chance that you can clean one of your failures. Okay, for example, I did this too, and they went really good, especially this one. This one couldn't stop succeeding, so it is a great item to have. Remember that, for example, the Dragon Ornate necklace gives you a fixed 2% damage reduction, while this guy will give you almost that level of stats, so you can get an idea of what you can do with these stones. Okay, so if I were to be like very greedy, I would probably buy some white scrolls and throw them and see if they are worth it or not. But I don't think this is something that you need to see, and I am a war mage, so I'll probably negotiate with people in my clan so I can get what I need, because HP, for example, is useful for everyone, but tanks and bladers benefit from it a lot more. Okay, so that's what you can do with it. Now, how to get them, you already know. You need to break them, break the equipment, and hope for it to drop. Now, amplifying stones, which are the ones that you use to amplify them, are only gotten to the territory. Okay, there are two ways that you can get to them. One, be in a guild that has a territory. In this case, we are organized enough so far to have two cities. We have this one and this one. Okay, so of course we're going to the 2-star. Okay, so you have these two guys. There is another video, not to make this too long, there's another video where I show you what you can do in every one of these guys right here. But what you do is you get them here. Okay, so that was the first way to get here. If you're not in a guild that has a territory, you will click on it and it won't say shit to you. Okay, so the other way is to become a follower, which I already explained on the other video. But basically, what you do is you press the map, and when you click on it, for example here, it will show you a fourth option to become a follower. And what you do is you give them trophy coins, which are these ones. Okay, and you put them there, and you will be able to work with this. Okay, so what else do you need to know about the stones? On top of what I already told you, you cannot get them out. And also, I need your help on this. But I've been reading that once you stick them in, you can no longer amplify them, which is something that I'm not really sure about. So if you're kind enough and you have been playing with it, please let me know so we can share that info. Okay, so what we're doing here, I already came here when you come here, and I already put them to work. Okay, they take 12 hours, the ones that we need, never mind the other ones, and you get them that way, or you come here and you can buy them here. You can buy one a day. Okay, if you have a 2-star, you can buy this one. If you have a 3-star, I imagine that you can have the other one. Now, Webson, please, what is up with the colors? If this is ancient, why would I use a heroic one? If I am upgrading an epic one, why would I use a yellow one? Come on, are you daltonic? Oh well, that's just a little constructive feedback. We need to fix that because people are so confused. Okay, so back to the topic. I already did some. So what we will do is that you put them here. Okay, in this case, I have already done this 12 times, and as you can see, you have these little slots. And when you intensify, you will occupy one of these, and it will fail or not. Okay. So since this is horrible and this is really bad, I will show you the way to reset it, which is expensive because it's 1,000 reds. Okay, I believe that you probably do this and go there, and this is the dialogue that you will get. And also, let's check that. There's only 5 times that I have to do this. Okay, so there's no way I can do it all the time. Okay, so all your Transcendent Stone successes and failures will be reset, so it will be a brand new one. After resetting, you can only re-intensify the Transcendent Stones, which is I don't know what that is. And number 3, if you want to reset only the failures, you use a right scroll, which is something that I already told you. Okay, now, of course, unless you are like abundant in money, you shouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now because it's expensive and it's maybe not that worth it. You should save your resources for when you have a tier 2 or maybe a tier 3. But if you're like me and you want to help others, you do it. Okay, so we'll press OK. And as you can see here, it's been dropped to 0. So now we're back at the beginning. This is the fresh Transcendent Stones and doesn't do shit. And there is no way that I can get any benefit from it unless I do what we're going to do now. Okay, so let's hope luck is on my side this time, and you'll see. Okay, so we have 12 counts, we have 12 slots, which are these ones, and we'll start there. And every time that I amplify and succeed, I can get between 0.5 and 2% bonus to my weapons attack. Okay, so with everything clear, let's just hope that it doesn't go to shit. Okay, so there you go. That's good. Let's go with another one. There you go. 0.5. That's really good. Let's go again. There you go. That's a 0.40, which is also good. There you go. That's a 0.50. That's what I was talking about. This is the minimum that I could get. Okay, so if I were to have a lot of money, maybe this would be that good because I will be able to reset it. So you need to weigh these things in. You're going to spend big money either buying them on the broker or doing them over and over. Okay, so let's go again. And we're doing really good. This is a plus. Again, it's kind of a fail, but it will work. Go. We have now a 1.1. Okay, let's go. There you go. 9.25, and you can see that the Transcendent Stone is already a lot better than it could have been the other way. So we're getting there. Okay, now these ones here haven't been that great, so it is kind of you kind of have to do the math, okay, and do it hard because you can waste a lot of resources this way. Okay, so as you can see, I am getting awfully lucky. And that is great. I already have a plus 10 stone that will give you 10% attack. Remember that a plus 10 weapon will give you probably 1,000 attack. So 10% of that is 100. So it's really good. So bear in mind. Okay, let's go. Fail again. And the last one. Alright, 0.65. Okay, so this is my stone. This is what we got. We got an 11% weapon attack out of 20. So it's a bit better than it should have been. I mean, it's a bit above average. Okay, so see, that's when you start weighing in the options. Okay, so right now, let me put this so my guildmates can start arguing about it. That's when you need to wait in and see if you want to do white scrolls and see if maybe they are worth it and get a little more attack. Okay. In this case, since we're doing really good, and I really like doing this for you, I will buy a couple, not too many. Let's do 5. 5 will do. This will probably not get me anywhere. Okay, but I will show you because I also wanted to show you that the probabilities. Okay, so let's do it. Go. It opens this kind of dialogue, and here is where you can read, and this is where Websend really wants you to understand that even if you use a white scroll, there is still a chance of failure. Okay. If the Transcendent Stone is its intensification level is higher than the available intensification count based on your territory grade. Shit. The stone cannot be further intensified even if you remove its intensification failure count until its intensification level fails below the available. Oh my goodness. You see? That's the problem. We need to have clearer content. I know it's translated. I know it's not my regular, my native language, but Jesus, come on. Okay, so I have read it. Let's put it here. Okay, let's go. Failed. See? Let's try again. Failed again. One more time. Failed again. And one more time. And I failed again. So people say that it's about there you go. That's a success. People say, or I've been reading on the forums, that it's about 30 scrolls to get this. But people are kind of sour in the forums. We will have to see. So once you do that, you have another slot, and you just intensify it. And there you go. So that was worth it, about 0.80. Okay, so right now I have a pretty decent Transcendent Stone. And the way to use it is you double click it, you put it on your weapon, and there you go. Okay, so you point it, like I said, as any other soul stone, and with 1,000,000 Zen, you go ahead. So as you can see, it's quite a boost. It's kind of 150, 160 something. We'll do the math later. Okay, so there you go. That's the way you do it. I will hold on to these ones. I don't think I need to show you how to do it because it's pretty obvious. But I hope that the tips that I'm giving you will allow you to know when to stop, when to push it, which ones you should be looking for at the broker, which ones are meh, and so on. Okay, so if you have questions, please leave them on the comment box. I will be more than glad to speak with you and to start a conversation. Remember that we are a small community, not that small, but there is no info in this game, so we need to help each other, and not only your guildmates, but we need to help each other so we can get the most of this game, which I find extremely fun. Okay guys, so if this was useful to you, please drop a subscribe. I need subscriber. I need like 1,000 because YouTube just changed their guidelines. So it looks like I need to be doing this a long time, and I really need motivation. So this was helpful. Please share it, subscribe, all the good stuff. I will see you soon. If you have questions, remember where to put them. I'll see ya.